All right, your lead magnet isn't working. Here's why. Here's the thing. If your lead magnet is bringing in downloads but not buyers, you're not generating leads, my friends. You're hosting a freebie buffet. Okay. Guilty as charged. I have been there, right? The problem isn't that you need more leads. I promise you. It's that you need more of the right leads and you need the right lead magnet for your premium buyer, right? So it's not that you need more leads. You need the right lead magnet for the right premium buyer. Okay. So let me show you why most lead magnets flop. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can fix it. So that's what we're going to talk about in this little mini live today on LinkedIn. Okay. So here's what's going on behind the scenes of most lead magnets. Okay. Most lead magnets are built from what's easy to give away. Who's been there? I know. I speak from experience. I used to create lead magnets that were free, right? That were like, when I say free, like easy to give, like easy to put together, easy to give away. The problem is you are giving your leftovers to your premium clients. And if their first taste of your taster menu is leftovers, you've lost. That is not strategically aligned to sell and build a beautiful offer flow where people go from free to $10,000 to $30,000 transactions in a matter of 30 days because your offer flow is brilliant because it starts with the lead magnet, right? You don't want to create lead magnets that attract freebie hoarders, okay? You know what I'm talking about. The freebie hoarders that are collecting all the free things, right? You know the kind. 5 tips to grow on social. Checklist for to start a new business, right? How to find your why. Okay, first of all, these are super general and you're going to attract super general people. Cute, not premium. Been there, okay? They attract everyone with Wi-Fi and a dream. We don't want to attract everyone with Wi-Fi and a dream. Sorry, right? It's not attracting your $1 million client, right? Just attracting everybody with Wi-Fi and a dream, right? And when the lead magnet isn't aligned with your signature offer, by the way, you end up with a list full of low intent leads who ghost the second you make an offer, right? Now, I can speak from experience just last week or a couple weeks ago when we actually put this up, running a masterclass that converted at one of the highest conversion rates we've seen, right? It was about 5%. After being in business for 7 years, that's huge, by the way, those of you who don't know conversion rate numbers. But what I want to say here is that we literally pushed out just to our list and to my followers on social media that were running a masterclass. And in that push and in that 1 hour masterclass, we closed out nearly $100,000 in sales, right? Why? Because the lead magnet from the beginning of download, the people that we are speaking to, pulling the freebie are premium, right? They're not collecting offer freebies to collect dust. Okay. So you need to make sure you are reverse engineering your lead magnet. So that's what I want to talk about here, right? So instead of starting with what can I give away for free that's easy to put together, start with what must someone believe before they buy my highest ticket offer? Very different question, right? Again, so instead of starting with what can I give away for free that's easy to put together, I want you to start with what must someone believe before they buy my highest ticket offer, right? Then we reverse engineer a magnet that creates that exact belief shift. Okay. So let me give you an example. If your premium offer is helping experts launch scalable coaching programs, so we're using me as a case study, right? So premium offer, helping experts launch scalable coaching programs inside of my Build, Grow, Scale framework or inside my inner circle, right? Then a lead magnet would call out their current gap and set me as the solution, right? And for any of you who are sitting in my shoes, steal shamelessly, right? So, like our Brilliance to Bank scorecard that we've recently created, Brilliance to Bank scorecard to see if your IP, intellectual property, is ready to scale. Do you see how like micro nuanced that is? And can you see how I'm helping someone believe before they buy, right? That their intellectual brilliance is ready to scale, right? Okay. Boom. Belief shifted, lead qualified. They download it, they become qualified, and they move upwards in the ascension from free to paid, all the way up the ascension ladder, right? You're not attracting everyone, you're magnetizing the right buyer, okay? You're magnetizing the right buyer. So, the Brilliance to Bank filter. Let's talk about this. The Brilliance to Bank filter. Here's one question filter I want you to run every lead magnet idea through. Okay, I want you to run every lead magnet idea through this. Does this attract someone ready to buy or just someone curious to browse? Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. Does this attract someone ready to buy or just someone curious to browse, right? If your lead magnet doesn't start the buying journey, it's not doing its job. Listen, we are in business, my friends. We are in business. We're not just out here giving away free stuff. That's not going to keep your doors open, right? Because in a premium ecosystem, your lead magnet is not just an opt-in. It's the first filter for your next $10,000 client, for your next $30,000 client. Again, it's why we closed nearly $100,000 in a 1-hour masterclass with a 1-hour audit in the group afterwards. Why? Because we qualified downloaders that were premium versus freeloaders based off of my freebies from the top, right? And this is exactly what we help you build inside of my totally new masterclass, Offer Flows for Millions. By the way, it's free this month. It will be turned into a paid masterclass. So get it now or pay for it later, right? We're going to be teaching you lead magnets that qualify, convert, and do the heavy lifting before the sales page even opens. I have case study after case study after case study of how this happens for me. If you've known me for any length of time, you can even look back in my feed. We have clients who will sit through something free before I can open the doors to the offer. I have consults for people who want my highest proximity $30,000 mastermind. Why? Because they were so pre-qualified with the freebie. By the time they got to something live and interactive, they're ready. They're activated. They're premium buyers, right? They're not freeloaders. Okay. Your freebie is only as good as the audience that you're targeting and the audience that's downloading. Because if you're getting a ton of downloads and it's not converting, there's a problem, right? So here's my invitation. You don't need another checklist. You need a magnet that attracts the right people and sends the rest scrolling, right? Bye. Right? So inside Offer Flows for Millions, this is where I'm going to help you identify your core belief shift, right? We're going to talk through building a premium buyer lead magnet. We're going to actually audit your offer flow and your offer journey and create a list that's small but mighty and ready to buy. Hello, your local LinkedIn expert who made $1 million with a tiny audience on LinkedIn, with 600 followers on Instagram, right? It's about a mighty audience. It's not about having a large audience, it's about having premium, ready to buy audience, right? This is how we build a business that scales without sales calls, without burnout, and without bro funnels, right? So Register for Offer Flows for Millions if you're interested in jumping in and getting it free as a premium student before it's paid, right? And let's stop giving away your brilliance and let's start making bank, my friends, and let's start using it to sell because that is the lifeblood of your business. We must have recurring revenue and cash running through the business on the daily to have a healthy business while you are making wild impact with the right ideal premium clients that you are designed